explore his incredible career. Born in 1958, Bobby Eaton began wrestling in the 1970s. He quickly became known for his amazing athleticism and technical skills. A natural in the ring, it wasn't long before he started making a name for himself. One of the things Bobby Eaton is most famous for is being part of the Midnight Express. He teamed up with wrestlers like Dennis Condrey and Stan Lane. Along with their manager, Jim Cornette, they became one of the best tag teams in wrestling history. They had incredible matches with teams like the Rock and Roll Express, the Fantastics, and the Road Warriors. Bobby was amazing in the ring. He could do it all. He was fast, strong, and technically skilled. He was also a fantastic seller, meaning he knew how to make his opponents look good. Despite his immense talent, Bobby never got the chance to become a top singles star, as many believed he deserved. A lot of fans felt that Bobby was underutilized in WCW. He was stuck in the mid-card and never given a real shot at the main event. It's a shame because he had all the tools to be a world champion. On a more serious note, substance abuse has always been a significant issue in wrestling, especially during Bobby Eaton's era. The constant travel, physical pain, and pressure to perform took a toll on many wrestlers, and Eaton was no exception. He struggled with alcohol abuse, which created problems for him over the years. There were times when Bobby missed matches he was scheduled to appear in, a big deal in the wrestling world, where showing up is everything. Missing bookings can hurt a wrestler's reputation. While Bobby was known as a kind and friendly person, his struggles with alcohol occasionally led to erratic behavior, causing tension with other wrestlers and promoters. Even with these challenges, Bobby remained dedicated to his craft. One of the more famous stories about Eaton happened during a flight with his tag team, the Midnight Express, and their manager, Jim Cornette. The story goes that a passenger on the plane was causing trouble, and things quickly got out of hand. Bobby reportedly confronted the person and even pulled out a knife during the altercation. No charges were filed, but the incident added to the Midnight Express's reputation for being unpredictable and, at times, difficult to deal with. This incident highlights just how stressful life on the road could be for wrestlers. With constant travel, tight schedules, and high-pressure situations, it wasn't uncommon for tempers to flare. While these moments are part of Bobby Eaton's story, they don't take away from his incredible career. Instead, they serve as a testament to the challenges he faced and overcame throughout his life. That wrestlers are human and face challenges just like anyone else. In his later years, Eaton faced health challenges, including heart problems that required a pacemaker and type 2 diabetes. These issues undoubtedly took a toll on his well-being. But even with all the challenges he faced, Bobby was always a good person. He was known for being kind and generous, especially to younger wrestlers. He was always willing to help them out and give them advice. He was recognized for his amazing career when he was inducted into the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame in 2009 and the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2019. Sadly, Bobby Eaton passed away in 2021. He was only 62 years old. It was a really tough loss for the wrestling world. He had lost his wife just a month earlier, so it was an especially difficult time. It is believed that he died peacefully in his sleep. Bobby Eaton was a true legend in professional wrestling. He was an amazing athlete, a great tag team wrestler, and a wonderful person. If you're a true fan, make sure you stay for the next segment to honor his legacy. Here's a quick rundown of his epic career. Bobby Eaton grew up in Huntsville, Alabama, where he went to Chapman Middle School and Lee High School. Like many kids back then, Bobby was hooked on professional wrestling. He especially loved the NWA Mid-America promotion run by Nick Gulas, which brought wrestling shows to Alabama and Tennessee. When he was just 13, Bobby got his first taste of the business by helping set up wrestling rings. A few years later, he trained with the legendary Tojo Yamamoto, and that's where his wrestling journey truly began. At only 17, Bobby made his wrestling debut in May 1976. It wasn't a planned debut. He stepped in last minute to face Bearcat Wright. He lost the match, but people could already see his potential. After that, he became a regular at NWA Mid-America, where he kept learning from more experienced wrestlers. Fans and promoters quickly noticed Bobby's athletic ability and natural charm, and soon he was being featured in bigger matches later in the shows. One of Bobby's first big storylines was against the tag team, the Hollywood Blondes. With partners like Tojo Yamamoto and Pistol Pez Whatley, Bobby went head-to-head with the Blondes, becoming a fan favorite in the process. The storyline even suggested that Bobby was the one who drove the team out of the promotion. This really helped his star rise. In 1978, Bobby won his first championship, teaming up with Leapin' Lanny Poffo to win the NWA Mid-America tag team titles. It was a short reign, lasting just over a month, but it was a huge moment for Bobby. Later, he teamed up with George Goulis, the promoter's son, to form a tag team called the Jet Set. They had a lot of success, winning the tag titles 3 more times and even feuding with Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes, who would go on to form the Fabulous Freebirds. Bobby also proved he could hold his own in singles matches. In 1979, he had a memorable feud with Chris Colt, where Colt injured Bobby with a banned piledriver move as part of the storyline. Bobby eventually came out on top, solidifying his spot as one of the top good guys in the promotion. Even though Bobby briefly played the villain, he quickly returned to being a fan favorite. These early years were just the beginning for Bobby Eaton, who would go on to become a true legend in wrestling.